By age 7, Josh Waitzkin was already a fixture in the brutal, high-stakes world of New York City chess, quickly rising to become the top-ranked player for his age in the country. Then, at the height of his fame, he walked away from the board. He pivoted to a completely different, physical domain, eventually winning a world championship in the martial art of Tai Chi Chuan push hands. We often view stories of cross-disciplinary success as evidence of innate talent, assuming certain people are simply born with a genetic gift for excellence. But the high-pressure world of elite competition often tells a different story. Many of the most gifted performers suffer catastrophic burnouts the moment they encounter a challenge their natural ability cannot solve. Lifelong mastery depends on an invisible, underlying approach to learning, one that determines whether a child prodigy will shatter under pressure or thrive in entirely new fields. Dr. Carol Dweck identifies this divide through the concepts of the entity theorist. This is a learner who believes their intelligence is a fixed, unchangeable trait, something they either possess or lack. In chess, this fuels opening madness. Students memorize early traps to secure effortless victories, winning without grasping the board's mechanics. This creates psychological vulnerability. Faced with problems they haven't memorized, these learners experience learned helplessness and collapse. In contrast, incremental theorists associate success with the process. They see skill as something that is built step by step through consistent effort. Waitzkin was trained differently. Instead of openings, he studied the endgame. His coach cleared the board, forcing him to learn raw principles. Exploring these reduced positions taught Waitzkin to navigate chaos and internalize every piece, making him incredibly adaptable. While the entity approach relies on a brittle facade of perfection, the incremental approach builds a robust architecture of resilience rooted in the struggle. Waitzkin's foundation was tested when he lost his first national championship to another child. The defeat was a total crisis, momentarily shattering his belief that he was invincible. He processed the loss by stepping away from the board. He retreated to the ocean for weeks, using the time to recover his perspective and reconnect with his love for the learning process. He eventually returned to face his ultimate rival, Jeff Sarwer, a child engineered for pure aggression, embodying the entity mindset of sheer dominance. During their championship match, Sarwer trapped Waitzkin early with a dangerous opening. Waitzkin survived by forcing the game out of Sarwer's area of comfort and into the deep, chaotic waters of a complex endgame. In the final hours, Sarwer's memorized aggression failed him. Waitzkin, drawing on his endgame training, calculated a counterintuitive series of moves to save the championship. Surviving in those deep waters demonstrated that processing failure and struggle is a vastly superior competitive advantage than early, untested brilliance. This long-term focus eventually leads to barrierlessness, a state where foundational principles are internalized so deeply they bypass conscious thought and become pure intuition. This intuition allowed Waitzkin to transition seamlessly between elite chess and elite martial arts. He translated the underlying feeling of flow, space, and principle that he had mastered as a child into his physical training. Like a hermit crab, a learner must periodically abandon their safe, hard armor to grow. This requires exposing a soft, vulnerable ego to a dangerous environment in search of a larger home. True greatness requires us to stop chasing the opening traps that merely prove we are smart, and instead willingly expose ourselves to the necessary, beautiful struggle of the endgame.